Hello everyone, Carson here, and in today's video I'm going to be comparing two different website hosting platforms, Hostinger and SiteGround, and telling you which one is better. Now, I'll drop a link in the description where you can view a detailed comparison of these two web hosting platforms and receive special discounts. Alright, so let's get into the video. Now, the first thing we need to do, obviously, is just take a look at both of these hosting platforms, compare them, compare their features and prices, and come to a conclusion about which one is better. Now, SiteGround and Hostinger both offer three cheap hosting plans. Three different levels, you could say, of hosting plan for people to purchase. Hostinger offers a single, premium, and business plans, whereas SiteGround has special names for their plans, naming them the Startup, Grow Big, and Go Geek. Now, aside from just picking off of the naming scheme alone, we actually have to look into the prices and the feature comparisons between these two hosting websites and kind of see which one provides a better service overall. Now, surprisingly, between these two websites, there's actually a decisive winner on which provides better services. I'm going to have to give it to Hostinger on this one because I think all of their plans are consistently better and cheaper for the amount of storage and resources you get than SiteGround. So let me break it down for you and just tell you about all the different reasons why Hostinger seems to come out on top in this comparison. Now, Hostinger's most expensive plan is slightly more expensive than SiteGround's, which may seem like an advantage for SiteGround at first, because, you know, the cheaper plan, the better plan. But it's actually not. When you actually look at the features and bother to compare all the features and services which you are receiving, all of the back-end stuff which you won't see just from the prices, Hostinger easily comes out on top. Now, actually, Hostinger's most expensive plan is slightly more expensive than SiteGround's middle plan, but surprisingly, it actually has incredibly better features than SiteGround's plan if we're comparing just off of the price and the features you get for that price. For example, SiteGround limits you to around 30 gigabytes disk space for their middle ground plan, whereas for Hostinger's most expensive plan, only slightly more than SiteGround's middle plan, they offer you up to 200 gigabytes of storage. As you can see, that is quite the difference in size. That is quite the increase in storage capacity for about the same price, thus putting Hostinger far in the lead. Now, if you compare the full price between Hostinger's most expensive plan and SiteGround's most expensive plan, you'll find out something quite funny. SiteGround's most expensive plan is actually around 4 times more expensive than Hostinger's most expensive plan. There's a reason Hostinger is known as one of the cheapest and best website hosts out there, and that reason is because it's well deserved. SiteGround just really doesn't compare in features, prices, any of that. Now, both hosts do provide pretty good WordPress managed hosting and cloud hosting plan. That's not really a comparison we're going to be talking about today though, because we do have all the features and comparisons we need to figure out which ones are better between these two hosting companies. Now, one benefit SiteGround has is that whereas Hostinger only provides around a weekly backup, SiteGround does provide daily backups across the board, which can come in handy, so that's a feature that SiteGround does take ahead of Hostinger. Now, once again, as I said, Hostinger's most expensive plan is actually of better value than SiteGround's medium range plan, which is pretty impressive considering they can offer their most expensive plan at the price of another website's medium range plan. Now, it is also worth pointing out that SiteGround's Go Geek plan, also known as their more expensive plan, their most expensive plan, is significantly more expensive than any other plan you're going to be seeing across the board between these two web hosting companies. Just looking at Hostinger's most expensive plan right here, it's around $8.99 a month when you renew. You're getting a lot of features on that. That's a really good deal for everything you're going to be getting. When we look at SiteGround, however, there's a little bit of a problem that stands out. Because looking at their Go Geek plan, you get less resources pretty much across the board for around the same price, which, keep in mind, is actually currently a discounted price. Now, the reason I'm giving this to Hostinger overall is because when we look at SiteGround's plans, as you can see here, Go Geek is more expensive than Hostinger's most expensive plan, and they offer less web space, less storage, and less features overall. Essentially, you can buy the most expensive Hostinger plan for the same price you're getting the middle plan on SiteGround and receive more features than SiteGround's most expensive plan, really putting Hostinger over the edge here in the comparison. Now, both of these web hosting companies do offer 99.9% uptime, which is pretty good, and their features are very similar. The main difference, though, that I'm seeing during my research is the fact that SiteGround plans just cannot compete to the Hostinger plans. So in the end, I am going to have to give this one to Hostinger. I think overall, it's a better web hosting company for 99% of people, and it's just cheaper. It has better features. You get more storage space. Everything just seems to be better when you're looking at Hostinger as compared to SiteGround. In the past, my comparisons haven't been this one-sided, but I do really think Hostinger just comes out as the better website hosting platform. Well, thank you so much for watching. Well, if you do have any questions for me, just drop them in the comments and I'll be sure to respond. Also, just a reminder that I do have a link in the description where you can view a more detailed comparison of these two hosting companies and receive special discounts. Well, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and have a great day.